Public and press criticism of scandalous relationship between Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson. Amelia Warner was once an admired woman who quietly stood behind, supporting Jamie Dornan, her husband, in his acting career. From the early days when he struggled to find roles, until Jamie became the name associated with the character Christian Grey in the 50 Shades series, Amelia was always there silently. But everything began to change, since the third time Jamie and Dakota Johnson reunited on screen. The rumors started gently. Dakota and Jamie have great chemistry. Are they dating in real life? The entertainment media threw out bait, and the audience, as usual, ate the drama. Amelia, at first, chose to stay silent. But then, unusual intimate moments between Jamie and Dakota behind the scenes began to be captured by reporters. The photos were wordless, but like poisonous arrows piercing trust. A photo of Jamie smiling passionately at Dakota at the Venice Film Fest event. A clip of Jamie holding Dakota's hand longer than necessary as he escorted her to her car. And then, an anonymous source from the film crew leaked, Jamie and Dakota often went out for drinks after filming, and they were closer than friends. The gossip began, but surprisingly, the public's anger did not fall on Amelia, but on the contrary, a strong wave of defense for her erupted. The abandoned wife, and the public awakening, the hashtags began to flood social media. Hashtag justice for Amelia. Hashtag protect Amelia. Dakota leave them alone. A popular account wrote, "Why are women always hurt when men are famous? What did Amelia do wrong other than love and be faithful to her husband?" Another viral comment on Twitter X, "Jamie is so unworthy of a wife like Amelia." And Dakota, "She knows Jamie is married." This is not coincidence, this is calculated. On TikTok, videos analyzing Dakota's gaze at Jamie on the red carpet have attracted millions of views. Content creators have started to build timelines, from the first time the two filmed together, to their separate trips without Amelia present. Then an article from The Guardian exploded the public opinion, "Quiet Seduction, Dakota Johnson and her uninvited role in Jamie Dornan's marriage." The author of the article describes the relationship between Dakota and Jamie as classic Hollywood drama, where the wife is left behind by screen muse. Since then, Dakota Johnson has been the focus of criticism, not only because of the ambiguous relationship, but also because the cold, indifferent style that she was once loved for is now seen as arrogant and insensitive. The press is no longer the same. Magazines that once hailed Jamie and Dakota as the hottest duo on screen have changed their tune. They revisited an old interview where Dakota said, "Jamie and I have a connection that not everyone understands." In a new light, that statement is no longer romantic, but full of hidden meaning. Many media experts analyze this as a hidden tactic, creating waves to maintain public attention, even at the cost of other people's real lives. Vulture magazine published an editorial, "The painful truth is, the media once celebrated this scandalous relationship, but now they have to take responsibility for pushing Amelia into the position of victim." Meanwhile, Amelia, who did not speak or react, received deep sympathy. Images of her taking her children to school, going to the supermarket, or just sitting quietly on the banks of the Thames, were shared with the caption, "A strong woman does not need to say anything, because the whole world speaks for her." Facing the gossip, Jamie and Dakota's version, Jamie Dornan, under pressure from public opinion, finally spoke up in a television interview. "Amelia is someone I love and am always grateful for. I admit, there were times when I let my emotions lead me. Dakota and I were really close, but we never crossed the line." The statement caused a new wave. Many people objected. What is letting emotions lead, but not crossing the line? Is it a play on words to avoid responsibility? Dakota, on a talk show in New York, kept her usual cool demeanor when asked about the incident. She replied, "I can't control how people perceive me. I just live my truth." That statement was shared with two opposing attitudes. One side saw it as cold, unemotional, indifferent to the suffering of others. The other side, less so, saw it as the right to live your truth. But for the most part, the press did not support Dakota. A veteran editor commented, "She not only entered other people's marriages, she also entered the hearts of the public with unnecessary indifference." Behind the scenes and the truth revealed, a reporter named Alex Hammett from a French TV channel did the unexpected, investigating the entire filming journey of Jamie and Dakota for 5 years. He discovered Jamie had rented a hotel room at the same hotel as Dakota for 2 film festivals, even though the crew had their own accommodations. Amelia had visited the set to visit Jamie, but was told by her manager Dakota declines to pick next, due to a tight shooting schedule. A leaked text message from Jamie's old account to Dakota reads, "If only things were as simple as in the movies." Although Jamie still denies making any exceptions to the fact that the situation is real, the club spirit will be hard to shake. The price of being favored, Dakota Johnson begins to suffer the consequences. A major Netflix film project is cancelled due to negative reactions from their company. Brands are constantly being reasonable out of fear of a Gmail scandal. Meanwhile, Amelia is offered a book to tell about her journey as a celebrity wife. But she turns it down. Instead, she starts a podcast called Behind the Scenes, where she talks about the power of silence, forgiveness, and trust. In the first episode, she only said one sentence, "I am not a victim. I am someone who is learning to forgive the unsolvable." Quote,